All right, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a while since you've seen me on this channel, but I'm back, and we are gonna train some back. So, BLOODSHOT has already gone down, did 2 scoops of this, but I'm gonna be sipping on some EAAs during my workout. If you guys haven't had this flavor, this is the tangy raspberry. This stuff is the best. So I'm gonna get this mixed up, a full scoop of this, throw in some sea salt, and then we're gonna get down there and train some back. To fill you guys in a little bit on where I'm at right now, I'm like 8 weeks post-show, and we're just entering our off season. So this right now is the motto for the year. So I'm gonna mix this up, we're gonna get down there and get to work. We're gonna fire into some back training, but first, I've already taken my pre-workout. I took 2 scoops of BLOODSHOT this evening. It is an evening workout, so I'm taking the non-stim. That is one advantage of having a non-stim pre-workout, is for these evening workouts. It's about 6:30, almost 7 p.m. tonight, and I'm still gonna be able to get a good night's rest, but I have the mental focus from the BLOODSHOT. So, coupled with that, I'm also gonna be sipping on some EAAs during my workout. I have the tangy raspberry Silo 9. You really can't beat that flavor, you guys. If you haven't tried that flavor, you have to try it. Anyway, we're gonna fire right into our back workout. I got my HOSSTILE wrist straps to help me hold on to these bars. Let's train. So some of this workout might look familiar. I did just film a back workout for my personal channel, but we've mixed things around a little bit. So you'll see that I have some of the same movements, they're just in different places of the workout. So I have rotated out some movements, but what I've also done is just place movements at a different spot in the workout. And that's because simply struggling to progress on a movement. So I did have RDLs at the very end of our workout. And you'll see now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do these pull-ups as a warm-up, then we're gonna fire right into RDLs. I've been struggling to progress on the RDLs week after week, so I figured I'm gonna move them from the end of my workout to the beginning of the workout. That way it's just gonna be a little bit different for us. Find as I get heavier, those get harder. Okay, so the point of these assisted pull-ups, again, one, just to be a warm-up, like I said, but you know, when you get to be a heavier bodybuilder like myself, you know, regular pull-ups get to be pretty difficult. So this allows us to concentrate more on a hard contraction and a controlled negative, and I'm just able to do the movement with a little more intent. And I have gone over this in a previous YouTube video on my personal channel. So you guys will notice that a lot of this is gonna be the same, but that's bodybuilding. You know, the plain and simple fact is, this is just a monotonous game. We're gonna be doing the same thing over and over for years after years after years. So don't be surprised if you guys see me doing a lot of the same stuff, because that's just the name of the game. Bread and butter movements, repetitively, get better at them and get stronger at them. It's as simple as that. That is the key. All right, so this is gonna be my first working set here, you guys. I got a weight here that I'm just gonna repeat for 2 sets, aiming for about 10 to 12 reps. Again, I'm just focusing on a hard contraction and a nice controlled negative. I wanna see a pause in the contraction and a full pause in the stretch, and just a nice, slow, controlled 3-second negative. One more. Uno más. Assisted pull-ups aren't just for fat guys. I know I'm a fat guy, but I'm just saying this is also a great movement for everybody. We're done here. Moving on from these, that's 2 sets here. Now we're gonna move on to some stiff leg deadlifts. Okay, so I said we were gonna do some stiff leg deadlifts. I lied. We're gonna do some paused RDLs. So stiff leg deadlift, in my opinion, is when you're pulling off the floor with a stiff leg. Not a straight leg, with a stiff leg. These are a Romanian deadlift. We're coming down about 1 inch from the ground, slight bend in the knee. Hips are shooting back to lower the bar, not bending at the spine, and pausing in the fully stretched position. 1, 2, up. It's important. A lot of people think they're pausing, but they're not. And then for these, I always like to kick my shoes off. I just feel that much more grounded and that much more stable, that much closer to the ground. I much prefer pulling in my socks than shoes. So a few cues I like to think about here. I want to think about lowering the bar by shooting my hips back. I don't want to bring the bar to the ground by bending at the spine. This isn't what I want to see. What I want to see is the hips shooting back to lower the bar. Aside from that, I really want to promote like a tall chest. I want to think having a tall chest. That way when I'm dropping those hips back, I'm not caving, I'm not in here. My shoulders are pinned back, my lats are engaged, I'm nice and tight, and I'm able to stretch and load the glutes and hams through the movement. One more thing that I do, and I see a lot of people with their heads wandering, looking around. I pick a spot and I keep my eye on it. I keep it locked on a spot on this wall. That way I'm not drifting, I'm not wandering my eyes, my spine, my head is neutral, and I'm just fixated on one spot. That way I'm not wandering. It just helps me personally stay a little more focused. So maybe you guys can implement that in your own training. Okay, so as you guys see, just a set of 2 reps. So I'm just warming up. I'm just feeling that weight. And it's just a warm up, so there's no need to exhaust myself or waste any energy on it. I just want to feel the weight, get acclimated to it. Now I can go up. No wasted volume, okay? No junk volume. This might seem like it's a little late, but I'm gonna go do a little hamstring curl warm up. I feel like I should have done that earlier. Okay, so one thing I like to do before, like any type of stiff leg or RDL, is a lying hamstring curl just to warm up the hamstrings and run the hamstrings through a full range of motion, or load them through a full range of motion. Chalk each individual nub, and good. Okay, time to deadlift. Oh yeah. That was our top set. Now we're gonna back off about 10 to 15% for a back off set. If I'm being honest, that top set didn't feel great. Kind of dealing with like a tight hamstring right there, like the glute ham tie-in. So you end up thinking about that stuff while you're doing your set. It's not good, but either way, little redemption set here, hopefully, for our back off set, and then we'll move on. Oh yeah. This is the first week with these in rotation. So just kind of like getting the feel for the movement, setting some base numbers to progress from. These felt a little off, a little awkward, just because it's my first time doing a paused RDL in quite some time. So don't get discouraged when things just don't quite feel right. It's been a while since I've done these, so whatever, next time they'll be better. But we're done with these. Now we're moving on to some pullovers and gonna dive into our back workout.
So it should be my chest like in all my field.
My low back is pumped. All right, we're gonna do some cable pullovers here. Get the lats nice and warm before we move into some of our primary lat movements. I like this movement. Runs the lats through a full range of motion. Full stretch, full squeeze. When done right, very good movement. So what I want to see here, controlled negative, full stretch. Drive your elbows behind you, keep a tall chest. Pin those elbows behind you, squeeze the lats. Straight, big stretch. Drive down, squeeze the lats. One thing I see a lot of is like a lot of hip movement in this. I really want to keep the upper body in a fixed position and just drive through the arms. Like I want to see a little thoracic extension to get the chest drive through the movement, but you should have a fixed hip position to where all the movement is just in the arms. Bang. Bang. Again, I want to see for myself, I like to hold for a 1 second pause in the full stretch and then a 1 second pause in that contraction. I really don't like to rush those end ranges. I want to squeeze the hell out of the lats and then I really want to load them and sit in that stretch position for a second. So don't rush in and out of the end ranges. Nice. Nice. Okay. We're just gonna work up to one all-out set here. Rest pause set. Aiming for 20 reps total across 3 sets. So gonna do one failure set, 15 deep breaths, a failure set, 15 deep breaths, and one more failure set. So 3 sets total, but 1 set, 1 rest pause set. All right, Steve, you wanna get over here? Don't make me fucking struggle and pull up on my toes on these. Like as I start to fail, just guide it in. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I just won't like, or you start caving in. 2 more. Let's go. 1 more. Oh, fuck. Ah. Go. Okay, stick with it. 1 more. Let's go. Ha. Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Another. Wow. These shirts are so good for when you have a big belly. You guys don't even know that I'm rocking the power gut right now. Just suck it in and let it drape. But yeah, so next movement, underhand hammer strength pull down. Okay, so this next movement, single arm underhand pull down. As you guys notice, we're doing it one-handed because I like to be able to sit myself offset a little bit. That way when I drive this down, it tucks the elbow in closer to me. Whereas if you're unilateral, the elbow's more out here. But since if you're using both hands, your elbows drive more out here. But since I'm using one, it allows me to offset slightly. And that way I can drive the elbow really in close, tight into the hip and squeeze the hell out of the lat. So it's a much better angle to target the low lats. I'm gonna do a 1/4 and a 10. All right, Steve. Be on that top set. Oh yeah. So we did our top set. Now we're doing a back off set, just dropping 25 pounds off each side. So 2 total working sets here, top set, back off set. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay, I might have undershot a little bit on that back off set. Like 17 reps. But good thing about a back off set, I do like to utilize a back off set to kind of enter some higher rep ranges. That first set I only did 11. That set was 17. Ideally, I'd be more in like the 10 for my top set, 12, 13 range for my back off set. But the back off set is a good opportunity to really hone in on the execution and squeeze the shit out of those reps, really control them, and really just own the movement. Feel every single inch of the rep. I mean, I've said that a lot, feel every inch of the rep. I've never once thought anything gay about it, oddly enough. Make fun of the old guy. Two more. Oh God, let me go. Fuck. Oh, these straps work too good. Fuck. HOSSTILE lifting straps. Keep you connected to the machine even when you don't want to be. This is literally what I grew up listening to. This right here is like why I like hip hop. Just 7 years old, like, sick. I used to drive around in this Jeep with us in it, bumping this and Tupac. We're always like, psst, it's just hard. We always felt so fucking cool, you know? Oh. Okay, that's a wrap on this thing. Now we're gonna do some dumbbell rows. So we're gonna do some double dumbbell rows. So I'm going to row both dumbbells at the same time. I wanna have a fixed hip position, hips shot back, slight bend in the knees, and just row. No upper body movement. Just try to keep a fixed upper body position, fixed hip position, and row the dumbbells back. like about having my cameraman here, a lot less people talk to me during my workout, which is nice. I don't mind talking, but when you're the owner of the establishment, you get a lot of people that want to talk to you. Sometimes you just want to train. So he's my bodyguard, my buffer, my people buffer. Okay. Let's work up to one top set here. He's trying to do a set on that thing. I just put my phone on it to film. All right. What's the fuck I'm talking about? Shh. Oh yeah. Okay. When I was walking out the dumbbells, I like rapped a lyric to this song, but I said it wrong. That's the fucking shit I'm talking about. And I think I was just like carrying the I was like, that's the fucking shit. I said it wrong. I don't know why. Okay, this is gonna be our last movement of the day. This is gonna be an upper back bias row. So we're really gonna be driving the elbows into the upper back. As you see, I'm not here driving into my rear delts, and I'm not in here where I'm driving into my lats. I'm right in between, focusing on a full scapular retraction, keeping my chest on the pad, but driving the elbows behind me, and really squeezing my rhomboids, low traps. And another thing that I'm focused on is getting a big full stretch, not disengaging, a full stretch, a full contraction, nice controlled upper back row, and that's gonna be it for the day. Okay. Okay, one more. Okay, that's a wrap. We are all done. So, that's our back day. Today's Monday, it's how I start off my week. It's what I want to improve most. So I come in and I attack it. First things first, Monday when I'm fresh, and I give her hell. So, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys learned something from this, and we'll catch you on the next one.